coming in hot, Chinchy. How
Coming
we
in
doing,
hot.
brother?
Good, man. Monday mornings are always. Whew. Plus, this time of year, dude, this time of year when it's that little crisp in the air and you wake up in your bed and it's all like warm.
Dark.
Don't want to get up, but you got to get up for the mayor's office. The mayor's
Dude,
office never sleeps, dude.
Dude, last night, you ever do that where you like get up to go to the bathroom, then you're like, I'm up.
Wide awake. Oh,
Still works like 3 a.m. Go to the bathroom, I come back and I'm like, oh boy.
ugh. What do you do? Do you just try to close your eyes or do you like read something?
I went into my daughter's room. She has like 2 beds in there, and she was like, "Dad, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm coming in here to sleep," like because it really does work if you change the environment.
Really?
So if you just try to get back in your bed for like I was already grinding for an hour and a half. It was like 4:30. I'm like, the only shot I have to get back to bed is to change the environment. So I just went into her bed, different comforter, different her room, and I ended up falling asleep like at 5. So
You have so many hacks. You have so many life hacks. That's a good one. No, I know. I'm
that's a good one.
serious.
Dude, that works. That one works. If you literally just change, go downstairs, get on the couch, do something, your brain goes to this different place.
I'm with you.
At least for me, it works. You should try it.
I'm going to try it. By the way, if we're a little subdued today, it's because the rest of our families are all asleep. We got up early to do this.
I know, dude. Dude, I didn't realize my kids don't have school today.
Oh.
My daughter upstairs. I'm always like preaching sleep.
All right, good.
Gotta get
Yeah.
at least 10 hours. She's up there just like a little kitten in the corner. I'm like, yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. All right. So this will be like the smooth jazz episode of the mayor's office. Let's get started, dude. We got game 3 tonight. Couple stats I found that are pretty cool. In a best of 7 series that's tied 1-1, such as this one.
Yeah.
The winner of the third game has won 68 of 98 World Series. 69%.
Wow.
So if you win this game, odds are you have a 69% chance to win the World Series. That's intense. I bet those odds go up, too, if the road team wins that game. I don't know if they do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Right.
my gosh.
Another stat, you said Altuve is getting hot, right? How about career in Philly, 11 for 36. So he likes hitting there.
Wow.
The other storyline that was very interesting to me, Syndergaard gets a start for Philly, right? It has been 7 years since he pitched in World Series Game 3. Remember that where he threw over, what's his name, the leadoff hitter's head? And they almost got into a fight with Kansas City. Oh, dude,
right.
you know what night that was? Hold on. That was a night where your earpiece didn't work at the World Series, and you had that Thor hat when he came on.
Oh, yeah.
And you couldn't talk to us. Do you remember that?
Dude, I had the Thor hat. I had it on the wrong way, and I was sitting next to Syndergaard on the set. I had my Thor hat on, and he's like, "Man, you got it on the wrong way." Meanwhile, he's one of the most awkward interviews. Like,
Is he?
he's just not a great interview.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was my first time interviewing, so I'm like, I got this Thor hat on. My earpiece doesn't work. I can't hear you guys. And I'm like, this is failure's feedback. Don't ever do this again.
That's good. Wait, did I have more stats? No. Oh, wait, I got more stats. You want more stats before we get going here?
Yeah.
Let's see. The betting line has Houston at a -135, meaning you risk $135. You win $100. So they think Houston's going to win this game. Okay, what else we got here? I have one other cool stat here. Oh, over-under. What do you think the over-under in runs is in this game?
Over/under runs
Combined.
7, 7.5.
Close. They're saying 8. So, I guess first question, is it going to be over 8 runs scored or less than 8 runs scored? Oh, hey, Stu.
I think you got McCullers and Syndergaard, who are the number 3 starters. I mean, this is where they obviously both have great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Could shut you down, but they're number 3 for a reason because your number 1s are fuel.
Right.
And there's been some, there's I think when you look back at the game 1, 11 runs are scored, 7 in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Framber Valdez dominated.
Dominated.
So I'm saying, if I'm looking at this line, I think there's probably more than 8 runs scored.
All right. That's good to know. Here we go. What else do I got here? Oh, yeah,
I told you about Altuve, dude. I mean, you get a guy that's cold, that's a 300 hitter. He's about to get hot. And he led off that game 2 with that big double to start the game, and all of a sudden got the engines going. You know what I mean? They Valdez, and then Bregman came up big, and boom, boom, boom. It was like they hit you hard, hit you fast.
Yeah, they really did. They got ahead of that one. So, by the way, they got ahead hard in both games. You forget that Philly had to make that comeback.
Oh, yeah.
How about this for hot? Bryce Harper's entire postseason. Here's a slash line: 392, 426, 804. He's got 5 homers. He has 6 doubles, and he has 11 runs scored in the postseason, dude. That's a superstar stepping it up, right?
Hey, bro, this is where the big boys come out and play. I mean, you get to the World Series, you need your stars to be stars.
Yep.
And you're seeing that with the Phillies.
Yes,
you're seeing
we
that.
are.
We've seen it with the Astros too. Look at Bregman. You know what I mean? Bregman and Alvarez, Altuve now with the big game 2. That could be huge for the rest of the series. You know what I mean? So like, Romuto, he's a star. Schwarber almost hit 2 home runs the other night. You see that the other night? He crushed one foul.
Dude. Yep.
He called it fair, but it was just foul. And then in his last at bat, he crushed one like 1 inch from going out again. So.
Yeah, I mean, very, very interesting matchup. Do you still say Astros in 6?
I do.
Yeah.
I just still feel listen, I love the Phillies. I love this team. I love Bryce Harper. I love all those guys. Schwarbs. I love how Hoskins plays, Romuto. It looks like a really fun team. It looks like, they keep saying like our chemistry's off the charts. We love each other so much. There's so many great things going on in the clubhouse. And you can tell. So it's a team you want to root for. I just feel like the Astros are, I felt that way in the middle of the year. I'm like, boy, this team is built to win it this year. Like there's something about them. So even for the Astros to come back after losing that game 1, being up 5-0, and losing 6-5 in extra innings with that Romuto home run,
Yep.
I look and I'm like, they came back in game 2 and they threw a couple punches and right away. They're a good team. They're not a team that they're not going to go away. So it could be the Astros in 7. But I still think the Astros are going to win it.
That's good. Here's one other stat that's a little telling. So these are great, man. The best analytics you could get in any sport are the gambling guys. These guys, like, their numbers that they crunch. So Houston is 16-5 with 1 day off between games in the postseason. This entire season in 2022. The Phillies, coming in off an off day, are 11-9 this season. Does that mean anything to you, or you just think that's whatever?
I think it's just fun stats. I mean, it's fun.
It is fun.
It's fun stats. I think that one of the biggest things is Philadelphia in the World Series, those fans. I mean, Houston was incredible. The energy was incredible.
Yeah, but these guys
There's
are gonna
something
get
about
nuts.
Philly during the regular season that's different.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's going to be a different vibe there. I feel like there's a legit home field advantage in Philly.
Yeah. That stadium, just like Citi Field, it's the same build, the same designer, same designs. Dude, those fans get on top of you in a postseason.
Yeah, well, they're right there, bro. They're right there. They're like, I just had a cheesesteak and 4 beers, and you suck. You suck.
Oh my God! This is one of like my most surreal memories in my career. So our first year at the World Series at MLB, we drove down to Philly. We weren't going to go to the World Series, but Philly was there, so they were like, "Screw it, we don't have to send anybody on planes." So we all drove from Jersey to those first 2 games. I'll never forget where it was like electric before the game, and I'm standing next to the set on the field, and it's like 20 minutes to game time when you start feeling that energy and whatever. And I look over on lighters on the set, and the song that was most popular, this was 2009 when the Yankees beat the Phillies. Wait, was that the Yankees? Yeah, Yankees Phillies. I look over and Al Leiter's just sitting there dancing, singing along with every word to Miley Cyrus's "Party in the USA," and I was like, I guess he's got daughters. How the hell does he know every word to this song? But I'll never forget that visual.
He's a closet Miley fan.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We worked with some guys who at the time we worked with Mitch Williams. Dude, those guys are treated like gods in Philadelphia. If you can win. Get to the World Series. Like, these guys are gods forever in Philly now, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like when
get to the World Series in Philly. Yeah. Even Tomey, man.
Yeah.
Tomey was there only a few years. They love him in Philly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He hit bombs.
But dude, he bombs, dude. He hit bombs.
Yeah.
How about this stat right here? Yuli Gurriel worked a 10th inning walk in Game 1 of the World Series on Friday night. Or Yuli's K-list streak and other numbers to watch for Game 3.
This
That's
is
what
fun.
it was. He said, Gurriel enters Game 3 on Monday night, having gone 13 for 38 with 2 homers and 1 walk and no strikeouts in 39 plate appearances. 8th longest streak to begin a postseason in MLB history.
Yeah, he's like the Altuve of offensive players. Like, remember Altuve would go like 11-9 during the regular season as a pitcher, and then he was like one of the greatest postseason pitchers of all time.
Dominate, yeah.
Dude, I think
Mark Lemke. Remember Mark Lemke?
Yes.
For the
my
Braves?
God.
He'd be like, this guy's a utility player. Then all of a sudden he come out, he's like Babe Ruth in the postseason. You're like,
yeah,
what?
That's so fun. That's like the year the Red Sox finally got over the top against the Yankees. It wasn't necessarily as much. I mean, it was, of course, like all the big guys, but who was a second baseman that was hitting all those bombs for the Red Sox that year? The Bellhorn?
Oh, Bellhorn, Mark Bellhorn, yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it, it was Bellhorn. Or Billy Miller, too.
Billy Miller, too, yeah. That's, it's funny, like, there's always one guy every year. There's one guy who becomes like that difference maker who was not like one of the guys you've been talking about all year. Remember, like the 78 Yankees were supposed to lose that World Series because Willie Randolph got hurt. And so they didn't have their best second baseman, who's like one of their team leaders, their 2-hitter, and Brian Doyle came in and had like the greatest World Series, greatest postseason of all time. Like,
it's usually guys that aren't that you have your stars doing their thing, but then you always have another, role player that becomes a star in the postseason. It's crazy. How about this, Chinch, real quick? Most consecutive plate. We will go back to Yuli Gurriel with the no strikeout. Most consecutive plate appearances begin a postseason without a strikeout. Joey Cora had 51. Eckstein had 50 in 2006. He stole my MVP, my World Series MVP, Dave. I know you stole it.
that's right.
So, because the Cardinals won.
Oh,
but
God.
Gurriel had 48. And if you go down, dude, in 1981, Dusty Baker, 46.
That's what we were talking about, Dusty Baker.
And
man.
bro, listen to this. I remember having a conversation with Bake one time, and he told me about Hank Aaron. Go back and look at Hank Aaron's strikeouts. He barely struck out, dude. Like, I guess back then guys hated striking out. And nowadays they obviously doesn't matter, but back then it did. Like, if you struck out 100 times, you're like, dude, you got to clean that up. But Hank Aaron was like Dusty Baker's mentor when he came to the big leagues. And if you go back and look at 7-15, Dusty Baker's on deck. Right. When he hits the big home run, or when he hits the home, when he hits 7-15, I believe Dusty Baker's on young Dusty Baker, number 12. But Bake used to tell me that Hank Aaron coached him like, hey, man, you got to put the ball in play. 2 strikes, spread out, choke up, do whatever you have, put the ball in play. So it's funny to see Bake there at 46, knowing that Hank Aaron was such a big influence on him, like, hey, not striking out, putting the ball in play.
Wow. So, by the way, at 73 years old, Baker has a chance to become the oldest manager to win a World Series ever. You know who has it? Has that?
Jack McKeon.
Yep, you got it. 72 with the Marlins.
2003.
That's cool.
Dude, it's funny you said that. Jack McKeon, such a big part of my career, man. Like, it was literally, I owe him a lot. For those first 3 years in the big leagues, they traded for me over there. Casey McKeon, his son, was my scout.
Wow.
There's a scout that drafted me, right?
Yeah.
So the other day, when I posted that picture of my dad and I, Casey and I were texting back and forth, and then he called me. We had a great conversation. We hadn't talked in a while. And I was wondering how Jack was doing because, dude, you said 2003. He thought he was like 90. He's 72.
Yeah.
He goes to church every morning.
Oh, no
and
way.
he used to walk like 6 miles a day. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
Wow, good for him.
He goes to mass every morning. And used to walk, 6 miles a day. So I was like, I haven't talked to Jack in a while. I got to give him a call. I was thinking that. And I was like, how's Jack doing? Because, and he was like, well, I just want to tell you, 10 years ago, Jack had major open heart surgery.
Oh.
And he's still kicking butt.
That's great. That's a great story.
So I told my dad,
so
Jack's like 92 now. I told my dad the other day about Jack, and he was like, Jack McKeon's my inspiration, and to get back on the road to health. So
that is great.
Thanks, Jack, for still inspiring the Casey household.
That is awesome.
Even all these years later, dude. He's like, Casey said they just went out to Arizona. They were scouting the Arizona Fall League, both of them. Yeah. Jack and Casey flew out there from North Carolina, so pretty cool.
It's interesting actually. The more you think about it, this Phillies team kind of resembles McKeon's Marlins team in some ways, especially at the manager level, because He didn't start that season. He took up, who was it, Jeff Torborg, I think.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Wow, that's a good pull for me. I forgot.
Great
said
pull
the word
right
Jeff
there.
Torborg in here.
I believe that is.
Yeah, but they had at that time, their superstar hitter, and he was at the time, Derek Lee. It's like you're kind of like Bryce Harper kind of guy. Like there's a lot of little comps there. They run, they hit the ball, they put the ball in play. That's what those Marlins teams did because they had Juan Pierre, Mike Lowell, guys that didn't strike out, guys that hit doubles. That's what this Phillies team really is. They're a consistent team. They hit bombs, but that was really more just Schwarber and Harper. But they, like you say, they put the ball in play, man. They got a bunch of doubles in this postseason. If there's one thing I would hang my hat on with the Phillies, it's like, even though they got kind of shut down, whatever, their lineup can fight and battle, like better than most. They're definitely better than most postseason teams that jumped in, right, Stu? You agree with that?
Well, dude, it's just like game one. What's up, Stu? Game one. It's just like they went down 5-0, but then they strung together some hits and double. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like the home runs weren't getting back into it. It was more like getting guys on base. Remilio hits that double in the gap. Boom, boom. So they're a team that can hit you, hit you hard, hit you fast, puts together good at bats. You gotta love that, man.
Yeah. Well, also what they need to do, they should, they want to get ahead in one of these games, right? They've been trying to battle back in 2 straight games. That puts a lot of stress and pressure on your bats and everything like that. Being down so early. It'd be good if they got up a 2-0 spot if you're a Phillies fan tonight.
You don't want to play from behind in the World Series. You just don't want to do that. You know. I think the biggest thing with McCullers too in Game 3, you're going to be facing a lot of curveballs. He throws a lot of off-speed pitches. I want to say like at times 50% of his pitches have been the curveball variety. So you're going to have to make sure that you're, looking for that pitch. 2 strikes, big situations. He's going to try and put you away with something that's spinning.
And he's battle tested. He pitched his ass off in the postseason the past few years. There's one year where he pretty much carried them through the postseason for a while until everybody else got hot.
Yeah, McCullers was your ace.
Yeah. All right, so we think who will win this game tonight? I'm going to go with the Phillies tonight. I don't know why.
Are you really okay in Philly?
Yeah, I just think the mojo, the building mojo.
Yeah.
If they can get a lead, if the Phillies get a lead, they're going to win a game. That's the way I look at it. They get a lead and that crowd gets going. But if they get popped in the mouth and it's 3-0, they're down again, and you can take that crowd out a little bit,
Yeah. I'm going to kind of go with you on this one, bro.
Yeah?
I like the Phillies tonight, Game 3, in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
That crowd's gonna be there ready to go, and I'm interested to see how McCullers does.
Right.
McCullers doesn't scare me. McCullers is a really good pitcher, but he doesn't scare me scare me. He's a guy you can get to him. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the leash is on McCullers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What Bake's gonna do, because he left the leash a little too long on Verlander. When Verlander started to get hit, he should have gone to get him with having the best bullpen in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I think tonight, with Valdez giving you some length in Game 2, your bullpen's ready to go. I wouldn't be surprised if McCullers is not on a short leash stuff starts to happen. You're going to see that bullpen in there in a hurry, and I'm sure, with Syndergaard too.
He hasn't pitched at all this year. Really?
Yeah, he's pitched a little bit in the postseason, the 1.69 ERA, but with Syndergaard, I think sometimes he's Jekyll and Hyde, man.
Mm-hmm.
You could get a guy you're like, man, this guy is just filthy, and then you get a guy where that slider's not biting, and that fastball is 94, 95, and you can get ripped, especially in this at Citizens Bank Park, man. This park is not that big of a park, so you could have a nice fly ball from Alvarez to left center. That's a backup slider.
Yeah,
it's a 3-run bomb. So Rob Thompson's going to have to be on his game too, because if Syndergaard doesn't have his stuff, or he's not controlling the zone, I just think both these managers have to be ready to get to that pen.
Absolutely, completely agree. All right, one other thing. Did you watch any football last night, by the way?
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of football. What games? I thought that the Giants couldn't pull it off. Geno Smith was too much. Huh?
Geno is a legit starting QB. I mean, he has battled it out, man. He's battled it out so hard. And then the other big storyline, dude, I don't know if anybody can beat Philly. 7-0. 1 wide receiver, 3 touchdown catches.
Dude, they
Fields
killed
is
the
legit.
Steelers. It made the Steelers look like a really bad team.
Yeah, and the other interesting thing is like Dak Prescott is like fully back, and the Cowboys looked as good as Philly yesterday. Those two teams are good. And then the freaking Jets finally lose. And then guess what, Jets fans? Buffalo coming to town next week.
Oh boy,
It could get ugly real fast.
dude, the Bills are good, huh?
The Bills are no joke, man. They are no joke. Every facet of the game, they arguably have the best defense and the best offense. Like, beat that. It's almost
they 27-17 last night. What's going on with the Packers, dude?
They shouldn't have got rid of Devonta Adams. They just shouldn't have got rid of him. I mean, I get it. You don't want to pay for him, but they didn't replace him. Let's put it that way. They didn't replace him with the right guys. What happened? The difference between them and what's going on with the Chiefs is like the Chiefs replaced Tyreek Hill with some pretty high end, like veteran receivers.
Yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yep. And they just did not do that in Green Bay. And like, as great as Rodgers is, he just can't do it himself. Yeah. Plus, he's like kind of an innovator, so he needs veteran guys to like kind of, when he runs out of the pocket, they need to change their routes and do stuff like that. Not to get too in the weeds with this. Man, I know too much about football these days.
Dude, no. How about the nine? Hi, Jilly. Jilly's up, I think. Did I wake you up?
Oh, Jess.
I love you. How about the Niners yesterday, dude, with Christian McCaffrey? They looked, dude, bro. They looked all like whoa. They got McCaffrey. Yep. Like, they looked legit, man. That was
threw a touchdown pass, ran for a touchdown. And caught a touchdown pass.
And
every one of them was awesome. Dude, people forget how good his dad was. His dad.
Dude, he was so good. Eddie McCaffrey.
Yep, was a great route receiver.
And his mom was like a world-class sprinter or something like that.
Dude, he looks like he could be like a triathlete.
He has good genes?
Oh my god.
Yeah, he looks like that. Dude, he's going to be he'll be doing those crazy things Burns does, and
those ultra marathon.
Christian McCaffrey's doing ultra marathons, killing people.
Yeah, riding sharks like in the ocean.
Oh, dude, what about the Falcons-Panthers game when?
Dude, that game was bananas.
Dude, Moore caught that Hail Mary and then took his helmet off.
Yes.
And they missed the extra point, and then they lost the game.
Because the extra point had to be 41 yards, I think. 41 yards. But I'm watching that and I'm like, look, let him have fun, right? If baseball players can flip bats over their heads now in this day and age, then football players should be able to do whatever they want.
NFL's always been the no fun league, right? Mm-hmm, remember, it's more fun now than it was a few years ago when they flagged everything.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's true.
At least you can do a sack dance, but you're right. I don't know why can't you take your helmet off?
I don't know. It's a form of taunting. It's a form of taunting. Apparently. Now, meanwhile, the dude, what's his name, from the Eagles, catches his third touchdown pass in a double team, and when he lands, the two guys that were covering were on the ground, and he just gets in their faces and starts pointing at both of them. But that's not a taunting flag. Taunting is when I can see your face. I don't understand. Whatever.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Football's still a monster, though, man. People don't
care.
Dude,
one more. Oh, dude. And what about that's that. But how about dude? It frustrates me so bad that the Lions.
Oh, dude, they're in every game. I know.
Yeah, man. Gosh, they're winning every game. They just can't win the game.
They're in every single game, and they just can't win them. But they make one or two really stupid plays a game. That's what kills them, I think. But they have a good team.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
They are like against the spread, like one of the best bets you could make, like constantly. But
they put up points too. They're gonna cover the over probably usually.
Yeah. Oh, that game. For
whatever reason they score.
Oh, that was like playing like Madden on the easy that matchup. Yeah. And you know what? That's another cool guy, Mariota, man. He kind of fell off. They thought he was kind of like a bust, and they found a good spot for him playing quarterback.
Mariota's doing great. It's like Mariota, Geno Smith. These guys.
Yeah, all the guys that.
These big picks a couple years ago, these guys out of the league, and now they're kind of reinventing themselves.
Yeah, that's why quarterbacks are important, man. It's a quarterback's league. There's no question about it. That's all I got, man. What else you got? Don't you got a meeting?
Yeah, I got a meeting. I got a call at 9.
Yeah, me too. All right, everybody. Well, we did it in the dark.
Brother.
Happy Halloween, by the way.
Happy Halloween. Well, I came dressed up like a cop.
I know. I forgot to put my Batman hat on.
I had my outfit ready to go.
Yeah. Wow.
Irish cop.
That's something. Irish
and then I come on, and then
I know. I forgot.
Dressed like Chinch.
That's like a clown suit, huh? All right, dude. We'll do it.
Right,
Watch the game tonight.
All right. Awesome. Can't wait, bro. Have a great night tonight, brother, and I'll see you
tomorrow.
Talk to you later today, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get it. Love you, brother.
I love you, buddy. See you.